Welcome, new and old friends. I'm Maloney Adams, and I'm here to help you demystify the astrology of 2025. As we stand on the brink of 2025, it's time to put yourself first, to dive deep into the mysteries of your own life's narrative. You've been feeling those burning questions about what's happening now and where you're headed next, right? Well, we all have. You're not alone, and even better, you're in the right place. Here with us, you're safe to explore, to ask, to wonder, and to dream. This isn't just another year. It's your year to harness the energy available to you for your personal growth. So buckle up because we're about to journey through the astrology of 2025, a year that promises to be truly blessed. We all remember 2020, right? Well, 2020 was a catalyst year that set humanity on a course of change. To me, it was the opening act of the age of Aquarius. Think of it like a festival with multiple headliners. 2025 is one of those headliners, although not the headliner. That comes in another year, but one of them, and they're about ready to take the stage. Welcome to the start of the storm, not the heart or the eye of the storm, the start of the storm. Going back to our festival analogy, this is when everyone rushes forward, trying to carve out a closer space of their own to enjoy. It's important to keep in mind that the construct of time, when speaking about the workings of the cosmos, 5 years can be significant in the natural world, the world which we're a part of, but 5 years is simply a fleeting instant in the time of the universe. And just like all cycles, there's a start, a middle, and an end, which then spirals back around to overlap again before starting all over. Just like this infinity symbol you see, if we look at the age of Aquarius on the timeline of the infinity symbol, 2020 was approaching this middle where the end and the beginning converge. The middle is the eye of the storm. You can see we're close to it, but we're not exactly there yet. We must first get through the initial chaos of the next 2 years before we can begin to travel down the other side and really get into the age of Aquarius. The storm is going to make landfall. It is inevitable. 2025 is a 9 year, making it aligned with the Hermit card in the major arcana of the Tarot. You find what year it is by adding each number of the year together. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9, and the ninth card of the major arcana is the Hermit. The energy of 9 is endings to begin anew. Things are completing, meaning that they're still in the act, but not exactly there yet. There is a maturity in the number 9. You have some deeper understandings from the journey you've been on. It's often tied to universal love, compassion, and humanitarianism, which is a nod to the age of Aquarius. It's also very associated with spiritual awakening, life purpose, and soul missions. 9 is a highly spiritual number itself, blessing us with the resonance of wisdom and enlightenment. It's found in spiritual and religious traditions all over the world. In Hinduism, it's part of the Naravati festival. Buddhism, it's the final stage before enlightenment. And in Christianity, 9 is associated with the fruit of the Spirit. This year is marked by introspection and personal growth. That wisdom and enlightenment I just mentioned, well, that comes from applying the lessons of the Hermit, going inside, trusting your intuition, lighting your own path, seeking your own wisdom, and doing all of that by tapping into how the ancestors and spirit work through you. The year starts with a prolonged delay, really giving us a chance to embrace the hermit energy and get comfortable with letting go and letting God. We are in flow until April. It's not time yet. And, that phrasing, man, best believe we're going to get antsy. Between January and April, it is prime time to be antsy. But we need to take this delay and use it wisely. It's like a pinball machine. January through April, we arrive at the arcade. We're really excited. We go get our coins. We choose the machine. And once April hits and Venus pushes the ball launch, the energy shoots forward into the play field and just starts ping-ponging all over the place while we desperately are trying to keep the ball in play with our flapper buttons. So that's this energy that we're working with. I wrote down some questions to help get us into that hermit energy, to help us, just really ground into the start of 2025. I encourage you to journal about what comes present or is already present as you hear some of these questions. If you don't journal, that might be something to consider in 2025. It's definitely on my list to be more dedicated to my journaling practice in 2025. So we can hold each other accountable here. Here we go. Here are the questions. What did you do in 2024 to set your foundation? What vision did you see in 2024 for your world over the next 3 to 4 years that you are now working towards? What did you do to your world to give it the best chance to weather the storm of 2025? What about your community? Where are they in your life? And how do you show up in theirs? Remember, you are made for this journey. Trust in your strength and resilience. 2025 gives us our first taste of what cardinal promises will be open to us in the years 2026 through 2029. Cardinal signs in astrology are aligned with the changing of the seasons. They initiate things. They give us the ability to take the first step and really drive forward with determination and enthusiasm. Aries is aligned with spring, Cancer with summer, Libra with autumn, and Capricorn with winter. The cardinal promise brings a commitment to transform and new opportunities put in our path to ensure we have the best ability to transform for our highest good. Why are we talking about 2025 having cardinal energy? Well, this year we get our first taste of Saturn and Neptune in Aries and Jupiter in Cancer. These are 3 of our 5 outer planets in the first 2 cardinal signs of the zodiac, further emphasizing the initiation of something that has to do with the self. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to just focus on the cardinal zodiac signs versus discussing the planets and what their energy is like in those signs. We'll get there in other videos I will have available. Aries. Aries is a fire sign. It is also our first fire sign of the zodiac. Aries brings a fiery, passionate energy that inspires and motivates others. It's associated with the Orisha Ogun, the deity of iron, metalwork, and war. Ogun is our protector and creator, the guardian of truth, justice, and labor. And then we have Cancer, our first water sign. And Cancer leads with emotional intelligence and nurturing energies, creating a sense of home and security. Associated with the Orisha Yemoja, a deity of water, she symbolizes motherhood, fertility, maternal love, compassion, and the nurturing aspects of water. She is the protector and the healer. You can see here Aries Ogun, protector creator, Cancer Yemoja, protector and healer. Protector is the key word to hone in here. Define what you are protecting. How could this show up for you? Well, it could show up something like this. Work on protecting enjoyment, healing desperation, and creating enjoyment in your life. Another example, work on protecting your path, healing lack of self-worth, and creating from the chaos. What's your example? Remember, this is your path. This is your storm. Have confidence to take risks and navigate it as you see fit. Hold the vision, trust the process. In the midst of all changes, love remains the answer. Let it guide you through 2025. Now let's analyze the quarters in 2025 and understand the energies at play. Quarter one is secluded and deferred. January through February, we have back-to-back new moons with a Jupiterian influence to them, really expanding, really making sure that we're gaining a different and higher perspective. Plus, January and February, Mars is retrograde, Leo to Cancer, where he's going to spend most of his time in that cardinal sign of Cancer we just talked about. Then in March, we have the Aries partial solar eclipse. This partial solar eclipse has no aspects, no like direct aspects with it. But just as Nebula said in Endgame, that's enough. And Neptune will then head into Aries. Between March and April, we also see Mercury retrograde going from a fire sign to a water sign, and Venus retrograde. Quarter two sees zoning issues resolved. We have a very short window this year where all planets will be direct between April 13th and May 4th. May is when Saturn heads in to Aries. And then we round out the quarter with Jupiter in Cancer and a Cancer new moon that has a tingy Mars signature to it in June. Quarter three really heats up. July, we have these Leo aspects happening in all of the outer planets except for Jupiter. We see Uranus in Gemini. That is going to be a whole shift, and a solar cycle 25 is predicted to hit solar maximum. So every 11 years, the sun begins a new solar cycle marked by periods of solar flares, which are eruptions or magnetic explosions that send flashes of radiation into the space and end up coming into contact with the Earth. Some of them, not all of them. But it was determined through the ways that NASA and our science community determines these things, that December 2019 marked the beginning of solar cycle 25. And the sun's activity has really been ramping up over the last couple of years to this predicted solar maximum in 2025. So here we go again with the 2020-2025 narrative. I told you 2020 was just the opening act. If this topic is something that is new for you, I really encourage you to do some research on it and dive into the Schumann resonance as well. So that's July. July is also in this kind of solar maximum that we'll be leading into, is prepping for the eclipse season coming in September as well. So July through August, to wrap into quarter three, we have July and August. Mercury retrograde goes from fire to fire signs. It stays within the fire sign. In August, we have a full moon in Aquarius, and it happened last year. It's happening this year again, where I just get a download of this is the name of the moon. And this August full moon in Aquarius, I have dubbed the goddess moon. We'll get there when we get to August, and I can break down all of those reasons why. September is when we have that partial solar eclipse in Virgo, which lines back to the Leo new moon. So here we have the quarter that it's getting hot. We have a lot of energy, and we have energy that ties together over the course of time. So then in September, we end with Saturn heading back into Pisces. Quarter four, fizzle, fizzle, pop up, pop, pop, it fizzles out. October, Neptune goes back into Pisces, kind of breaking all of that entrance, all of the entryways that we just pushed through. We go back, we have that reflective time period. In November, Mercury retrogrades from fire to water, and then Uranus heads back into Taurus in November as well. And that then is the song and the that final act before the main act comes on starting in 2026. And there you have it. That's the cosmic blueprint for 2025. I hope this journey has ignited something within you, a spark of curiosity, or perhaps some clarity. Remember, you are a miracle. Act accordingly and embrace your unique journey. You are man enough and you are woman enough to heal the future generations. This is just the beginning. If you're craving more, if you want to dive even deeper into each individual month or keep it simple and join me live to help make astrology a little less mystifying, then I invite you to join the current 2025 signature program on Patreon. There are 3 tiers to meet you where you're at in your journey. Each tier builds on each other, all laying the foundation of a community committed to enhancing the world with authenticity, innovation, and compassion, while challenging corporate America to embrace its emergent spiritual consciousness. Don't let this moment pass. You are being called, and we are here to answer. Click the Patreon link to join us, and let's make 2025 the year you truly shine. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the stars. Bye.